Welcome in to the Main Event Sports Show. It's Main Event Sports TV live coming to you 1101 South 1st Street, the Tunerville Tavern. It is going down, a very special episode of Main Event Sports TV live. Of course, always joined by my esteemed colleagues, the architect himself, Mr. Ace Izzo Haven Heritage III, as well as, who are you going to be today? You Guillermo, or are you... Union Black, what's your name today? Mr. William Wright joined us as well, and we got two very special guests in the building. Got what up? Got one of the top, if not the top, the number one target for the University of Louisville basketball team. Mr. Jay Scruggs is in the building, and my Pots and Pans goes back to red light, green light. Jason Scrubb, his father, and one of my best and closest friends. How you fellas doing today, man?
I'm doing good. Happy to be here, man. Appreciate you guys having us.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you guys, man. Of course, Main Event Sports TV Live. We got so many things we're going to get into. We're going to get it started with the interview of this great young prospect as well as his father. We're going to talk about the process. We're going to talk about where he's been, where he is, and where he's going. We are very, very excited to get him in here. So, Jay, if you could just kind of talk about what's going on with you right now. I know you got a lot of exciting things on the horizon. Just kind of talk about where you're at. I know that you got an invite to the U19 tryouts for Team USA. Just talk about how that whole thing kind of came about.
It's mainly it came about the end of my JUCO season. Coming off of averaging 19 points. So it was an exciting season.
JUCO All-American.
Yep, JUCO All-American. Played with some great players too, Davis Long, Vonnie Patterson, and a great coach. So it was a fun season. Okay.
And I just want to let everybody know that Team USA, since they revamped the program after Allen Iverson and LeBron James almost destroyed USA basketball, not to call anybody out. Well, I know that's your dude, but after bringing home the bronze medal, Team USA, Team USA did a lot of revamping of things, and they put a lot into youth development. They call it, that's what LeBron's James. Yes, he did get that nickname. But since then, Jerry Colangelo, who runs Team USA, put a lot into youth development and really trying to develop young stars. And I just want to let everybody know, to be able to get an invite, first of all, is a great honor. 38 of the best U19 prospects, either in college, going to college, are a part of this. To be one of those 38 athletes to be selected coming from junior college, that is very rare that anybody gets that opportunity. What does that mean to you to be selected to go out and try out for the team starting June 15th, I believe?
It's an honor to be able to, showcase what I can do and showcase what I've been working hard for all these years, getting the recognition that I finally deserve. So I'm just excited to be able to go out there and show what I can do.
Absolutely. Of course, University of Louisville now player Samuel Williamson is going to be a part of that group that's going to be heading out to Colorado Springs to get ready for that coming up on the 15th of June. Now, Jason, I want to call both of y'all Jay, but I got to call one Jason and one Jay so we don't get it confused, even though I don't know if I've ever called you Jason in your life. But good, man. Just talk about watching this young man and how he got to this point. Talk about some of the journey and some of the things, because it was definitely the road less traveled, and just kind of talk about how you guys have gotten to this point and how you've made that happen.
Well, I tell people all the time, it's not just one person that makes the whole thing happen. It's like a community, like a village of people that kind of in place to kind of help things kind of go how they're supposed to go. I just try to make sure I'm the force behind them. I make sure that I put them in the right positions, Like he's been a better basketball player than me since he was maybe 10. So
That's not hard to do all the time.
I don't know. I think it was a little bit earlier than that.
yeah.
I think it's a little bit earlier.
So even in baseball and him coming up and playing football, I knew that I had to have him around the best coaches, around the people with the best attitudes, and then coming through academically later on, we kind of struggled a little bit, but you know, he was growing as a person, I was growing as a parent, and so we kind of grew together, So it's been a blessing to watch him grow and see where he's come from.
Absolutely. And started out, you were at Trinity. He was at Jaden. You started out at Trinity, right? Excuse me, at Central. I'm sorry. At Central, ended up at Trinity. 2-time 7th Region Player of the Year, correct? Kind of talk about how that process went. Making that move over there, and then your time at Trinity.
It was definitely a long process that me and my pops had to go through, but the end result, it was a successful process. But at Trinity, I met some of the greatest people in my life that took care of me, took me in, showed me how things are supposed to be done the right way. So it was definitely a fun experience for me, and I'll never forget it.
Something I want to touch on real quick, Mr. Scrubb, for you, one of the words that you used was attitude. And only being in this young man's presence, just a few minutes that I've been here, and had a chance to meet him. One of the first things that caught my attention was his attitude. And we all know, we've been around those athletes before, especially once they've been told how good they are, where the attitude was just unbearable. And I want to commend you, young man, for still having such an attitude that will allow you to remain coachable and continue to grow and learn and master your craft. That's going to get you further than the person who might have a similar skill set than you with a bad attitude. That's going to be that difference maker. Now, again, man, I just want to commend you on that, and commend your father, commend you too, Mrs. Scruggs, for even making sure that was something that you kept in mind. You said, I want to keep them around the right people with good attitudes, and that matters so much. People tend to overlook that sometimes, and they let their kid, once they see their kid has some good talent, they don't want to focus on their child's attitude anymore.
Right.
They kind of let them do what they want to do, and get away with what they can get away with, but that catches up with them eventually.
Right. Well, one thing I want to highlight is that this one thing that I kind of learned during his process, and with kids like Jay who kind of struggled, I say, in school, and quote unquote have these bad attitudes. It's not so much that; it's just that they're just kind of struggling with different things, and sometimes being a bad student, it can be there's a misconception that they have bad attitudes. Like Jay, even though he wasn't the best student, he was a great kid. He was never a bad kid. He never was stealing. He was never one. He just and it was a big misconception with a lot of the kids. That's because they're not great students that they have bad attitudes or not. It's just it's a big misconception. And he could have went down the drain with that misconception out there. So it's just it's all about just finding what's what your child's niche is and what his strong points are. So it's just kind of just working with them, being there with them every day, finding out who they are. So so the attitude thing is very important. It's very important that we understand what it means.
But now, to your point, though, I completely understand what you're saying, and I think that's a very valid point.
Speaking to the microphone, sir. We can't hear you.
And again, I was saying to this point, I completely understand what you're saying.
Okay.
As he said, attitude is very important.
Absolutely.
Get it kind of mixed up with how.
And I say that not to cut you off because that's what derailed him a little early in the process, because if everything would have kind of went according to plan, he would have graduated. We could be talking about him in this upcoming draft, but those are the things that we want to prevent for kids, going forward, and that's the kind of the goal of what once we get to where he needs to be, that's one of the things we want to try to help other kids do as well. So
there we go. Jay, let me ask you a question. What does it mean to have your dad with you on this journey? As you went from JUCO, now you're the number one JUCO in the country. Now you're looking at of the D1 school. So, of course, I can have your father with you.
I mean,
Trying to go through this process.
right. It means everything to me because he was there when I didn't have any of this. I was barely passing all my classes, so it means everything to me.
And you know what I love about this whole situation is, you never want to see anybody have struggles and anybody to have issues. But let me just tell everybody, this is real life. Like, not everybody, I have seen more talent wasted than I've ever seen make it. I've seen in this city alone players that had the ability to play at the highest levels and had the opportunities to not only play at the collegiate level, but to play professionally. And things happen. And the fact that these fellas are talking about it, owning the situation, and then not allowing that to define who you are as a person, as a student, as a player, and your prospects. I think that's huge because a lot of times this generation is an excuse-making generation. We see excuses from parents. We see excuses, kids blaming others for their issues. But I don't see that or feel that to be a part of anything that you guys are doing. And Jason, is that kind of a big thing that you want to instill is not making excuses and just getting better and overcoming those obstacles?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, and with Jay, I mean, if you look at his story, I mean, if we have let excuses come into play, there's no way he could have made it to where he is. Like, he didn't go like the traditional route. Like, you're talking about a kid who basically, to be honest, let's say we flunked a whole freshman year and had to fight his way back up to the top.
Right.
So we can't. There's no such thing as having excuses in the path that we took. He's in the second year of junior college, and to be doing what he's doing right now, there's no way that you could have excuses. There's no way because all the opportunities that you have, they wouldn't be there. It's not like I said. He's not at the top in the D1, schools. He's at a junior college fighting his way up. So if we entertain excuses in our realm, he won't survive. But he's a survivor. So that's the thing.
That's exactly part of the make or fight. The fact that you fought your way back, it really shows your dedication, your passion, and those are things. I'm telling you, those are things that impress me more than anything, man. And then again, just setting your presence in a short amount of time. You can tell, you can pick that kind of stuff up off a person very quick. Right. But just hearing the backstory from the two of you, it just kind of adds to it. And the quick question I wanted to ask is, okay, I do understand that you're on the junior college level, but knowing how many players there are in this country on that level, to be the best, how have you absorbed that?
I mean, yeah, it's a big thing, but just I know there's somebody in the gym right now working, so I always gotta stay focused. Yeah, because it's always a bigger picture. There's 10 other kids in the gym working right now, so I'm just thinking how I can better myself in different ways. So it's about the big picture.
So you went from Central Trinity
to
junior college. So how has the recruiting process been coming from a JUCO now moving your way up to D1?
It's really just now picking up. After my last season, I just started hearing from all these different colleges. So, I just really try to balance it out. Stay in the gym, stay focused, and, have fun. It's this guy right here keeping me level. So I definitely give all him the credit.
So Jay, if you could, I know that you've been offered by several the Division I schools. Kind of talk about some of the schools. Tell me about the offers that you have as well as the interest. Go ahead, pull out the roller because trust me, he might have gotten to a couple. Young man is the hottest thing going right now. I'm telling.
Before the phone goes there, we got U of L, we got Alabama, Iowa State, EKU, Creighton, Xavier, VCU, Murray State, Cincinnati. I think that's about Wichita State and Kansas State.
I'm telling you, like the young man is on the rise. I call him. And me personally, I do think that he's the number one target for the University of Louisville. I know Louisville is looking to bring in 3 to 4 prospects for next year, but I think that Jay has an opportunity to be the number one and kind of the bell cow in that class. I know, Jay, that you just took a visit to U of L. Kind of talk about your visit. Tell me what you thought about that, and just kind of your thoughts of the coaching staff, the team, and kind of what you saw there.
It was beautiful. All of them, all the coaches and weightlifting people, all that, they was great guys. You know, they showed me around the campus. It was beautiful. Showed me the classroom. Showed me videos of me when I was a little kid and how I would fit in the system. So it was definitely beautiful. It was a surreal experience.
And kind of just talk about the. I know Chris Mack has done a lot to, change things over there at U of L. The players. You have a relationship, of course, with David Johnson, the former teammate. So I know you know him well. Besides David, do you know any of the other guys that are over there at U of L right now?
I watch some of the other guys coming up, on YouTube and all that. But no, I don't really know any of them in person.
That's what's up.
I wanted to ask you all. I just noticed the shirts that you have are the same shirt. It says "What Speak Life." Can you tell us more? Is that something that you all involved with?
Well, Speak Life is kind of a movement that I kind of wanted to start with Jay and mostly myself, so that when he gets in a place where he can give back, we can really do things. We've been blessed to kind of have the opportunity to go out and go to some schools and do some community events. And one thing that I've always wanted, Jay, I coached West Louisville for 8 years, and giving back is a big part of what we want to do, even before money and things come. So I created a little concept that I want to give back because with Jay, a lot of people said he wasn't going to make it, and they spoke death on him. And so the movement that I wanted to speak life into the kids, and so when you look at the shirts, the movement, it says it's based off of a Bible verse. You don't have to be extra churchy, because even if you're not, the Bible's a great book. Okay, and the right. And the concept is just life and death. Proverbs 18:21. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. And so, what will we do going forward? We wanna just speak life. And we're gonna have I'm gonna come out with clothing and stuff. We want to start doing things in the community because we want to start giving back. With the momentum we have, it's big, and that's everything to my family and what we want to do. So it's just something that we're doing as a family, and it's called Speak Life. It just stuff expands. So it started with a hashtag. That's why it has a hashtag on it.
I like that a lot.
We're kind of like coming up with a lot of concepts. So that's basically where it comes from. So.
All right, that's what's up. So let me ask you a question. You ever dunk under there?
All the time.
Now I would pay to see that. I would pay to see that, man. I'm telling you.
It would never happen.
I want him to dunk on you and fall into some chairs and stuff. That would be outstanding. We need to set that up.
Let me say this too. I want to thank the U of L staff because we were talking about the visit.
Absolutely.
It was a great visit. Like I want the fans to know that the U of L program is in great hands. He's Coach Mack. What's happening? He's just as intense as he is on camera in person. He's a great guy. He's got a great plan for the recruits he has coming in. They have it.
He's definitely a great coach.
Yeah. The Cardinals are in good hands. That's all I can tell you. And then thanks to you.
Speaking of Cardinals in great hands, U of L great just walking in the door to Ivan Green.
That's right. Cardinal forever, Ivan Green. You better believe it. You know what I'm saying?
Put something in the kid. I kind of came up with it a couple weeks ago. Not trying to sway you in any way, but a new saying, so to speak, for this coming season that I came up with. Now, you might be a little young to remember this. Revenge of the Nerds. You remember that? Well, this season the U of L is going to be the Revenge of the Birds.
As
The Arizona Cardinals, as I told them, they beat me too. I didn't know the Arizona Cardinals ever used that before, but I'm going to actually use that next year. We're going to have shirts and everything made up the year. The Revenge of the Birds. I'm already working on a graphic concept in the whole nine.
It's our marketing dude right here.
Wins of the first. Speak life, maybe collaboration, huh?
Yeah, that
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So Jay, if you could just kind of talk about where you've been, what have been some of your other visits, and kind of what are you looking forward to do? I know right now I'm guessing that you are in kind of training camp mode, trying to get ready for training camp. So what does your schedule look like from here as far as getting ready for camp, and then moving forward with college visits, or what you plan to do?
Like you said, it's mainly just been trying to get in shape, get ready for the USA training. So I don't have any visits booked up for now, but definitely stay tuned. We'll definitely have information on that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
So now you're kind of going. I know you're hiatus to get ready for the U19, but as you go through the recruitment process again, like what things are you looking for at your respective school?
Being a JUCO player, you definitely want to look for a coach that has had recent JUCO players, so that the coach can understand where a JUCO player come from, and only having 2 years in college, making an immediate impact, going somewhere where you can make an impact on the players immediately. So that's definitely a big.
Okay, what about you, Dan?
Well, I know recruiting for him. I know with Jay, I want him to be in a program where he's going to play. That's the main thing. Like, if you, be honest with you, if you have 2 guards coming in now just like him, I really don't. I'll prefer him go somewhere else. Because like you said, coming in 2 years in, he's put a lot of work in. Junior college there's a lot of dogs down there. There's a lot of kids who are trying to get somewhere. So when he comes into a D1 setting, I want him to be somewhere where he can be making a immediate impact. The type of player he is, he can go and do that. He can go. So, when talking to talking to a coach, and that's the main thing, and having that structure. He doesn't have to be the vocal point, but I want to know that he's going to be in a heavy rotation. Because we have there's a goal in mind. He wants to be a professional athlete, and I know the value of my son. I know his value. And that's the one thing that as parents you also have to know as well when you're going into recruiting. Know the value of your kid, man. You have to. So.
And so earlier I asked him who his favorite player of all time was. He said Nate Tiny Archibald. Not crazy to say Kevin Durant. Tell us why you like Kevin Durant so much as a player.
Just a 7-foot guard. He's crazy. He's unreal. He can do stuff that nobody else can do. So that's definitely a big part. And he's a good teammate. He cares about winning. So that's definitely a big part. Because I'm a winner. I like to win. So seeing him care about winning so much out there, it means a lot.
So, and that's a good segue, because I want to know, for those of you that have not had the opportunity to check you out, talk about your game, talk about the things you feel that you do well, your strong suits, and then some of the things that you're wanting to work on to get better, or some of the feedback that you're getting from coaches of what they want to see you work on.
I'll talk about some of the things I want to work on, because I know there's people out there watching. I want to work on, being a leader, and just getting my teammates the ball this year, getting them involved, and creating for them, because I know that I can score anytime I want. So I just want to be a creator this coming season.
Nice.
So let me ask this question. So if there's a player out there that you think you play like, for those out there watching right now, maybe who's never seen you play, what's that one player out there that you can say you can emulate your game off of, or you kind of play like him?
James Harden.
I like that.
Okay.
You got to work on the beard, though, if you're going to have
James Harden without the beard. James Harden without the beard.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Like Pop's got a different answer. What you thinking?
Oh, he's thinking about it.
And this is going to sound kind of crazy, but to me, he reminds me of Steven Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Captain Jack. Captain Jack.
Handed, kind of aggressive, plays with an edge. I say with a more athletic. Steven Jackson. Just kind of shoot, because Steven Jackson was a good perimeter shooter.
Absolutely.
That kind of aggressive nature. And
Absolutely.
He was kind of clutch too,
Absolutely.
So
your southpaw, I take it.
I don't really know too much about Steven Jackson.
But like I say,
I tell you what, from me watching Jay and seeing him play and evaluating his tapes, and especially if anybody has not seen his freshman year highlight film from Logan College, where he's at, let me tell you something. Go check it out. Reminds me a lot, truthfully, of another Louisville born and bred athlete, D'Angelo Russell. I see a lot of D'Angelo Russell in his game. Of course, Big Ten Freshman of the Year, number 1 pick. Literally, I see a lot of his game in that. Do you watch? Let me ask you this: when you watch players play, do you try to see what other guys do and then try to emulate some of that into your game?
Always. Watching the game, a basketball player, athlete, I always try to learn new things, pick up new things that they can help improve their game. So for sure.
So being a James Harden, and I have to ask. I know it's maybe inappropriate.
Okay. I feel like I already know.
Here he goes.
How's your flopping game?
I knew it. In the JUCO league, we don't really do too much flopping now.
But surprisingly, he is very good at and I give him credit for taking charges. He takes charges, so he's kind of like the translator guy. He takes a lot of charges. Like he's really good at it too.
James Harden's not taking no charges.
And so James Harden would hate him because he would take a charge every time. So I think take a charge.
I love you, bro. But you deserve an Academy Award, like every year.
You need to take a charge. All they gotta do is start taking charges.
Some of his slow motion flops. It is like when he doesn't even get hit.
It's just the foul call.
Hey, absolutely. He averaged like 12 free throws a game last year. Hey, young people out there, if you ever want to improve your scoring average, and this is for Jay as well, I'm sure he probably knows this, getting to the free throw line gets your scoring average up. There was a young man at Boston College, Troy Bell. I know a lot of you younger cats don't remember Troy Bell. Boston College averaged 26 points per game. Brother shot 14 free throws every game. He only hit like 6 shots a game, was at the free throw line all night. I promise you, that'll get you to the lane.
Since James Harden's your favorite player, I also have to ask.
Oh, I didn't say favorite player.
Okay,
Yeah.
How's your defense?
I pride myself on defense. You got to work hard on both ends. You can't just work on one end and not expect to work on the other end. So I love working just as hard on the defense end as I do on the offense end.
So talk about from here. I know that you're going to get ready. I believe the tournament starts for U19 at the end of this month. So what's going to be your timetable moving forward? Once you get past that, do you have like a timeline in mind where you want to make a decision as far as schools are concerned? Is this something that you're going to take into the next school year? Like, what do you want to do? Because I know some people are like, well, I want to get it over with. I don't want coaches bothering me during the season and waking me up in the middle of the night. And Jason, you're going to have coaches trying to come bring you like casserole dishes in the middle of the night. So are you going to be one that wants to enjoy the process and take it out through the end of the year? Or do you want to do something before the school season starts?
I'm a person who likes to embrace it. I want to have fun with, during the process. So I don't want to rush into any decision, make any early decisions. So, like I said, I like to enjoy the process. Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, you ain't gonna get no sleep. He gonna be getting the door.
Kind of ups the value.
But his coach, his current coach, John Logan, I don't think it'll work. He cannot deal with the distraction of all the recruiting that goes on, and so. I think maybe at some point we'll have to sit down because I know a lot of it hinges on how this USA thing goes.
Yes.
Because we're just walking through the process. It's our first time, so we don't know. Because after the USA comes, it might just get to the point where we just have to say like, okay,
Yeah.
We're gonna commit in order to so we can.
When this young man makes Team USA, and I'm gonna go ahead and speak life into that right now. When he makes Team USA, that I'm talking about. Let me just let everybody know, okay? For people that don't know, you're talking about pretty much everybody who's going to be a McDonald's All-American this upcoming season. You're talking about probably half of the guys that were McDonald's All-Americans this year. Okay, you're talking about the best of the best. And when Lil J makes this squad, and I see it happening, I have a feeling you're gonna be getting a few more phone calls, man. And Jay, you ain't gonna get no rest. So whichever way you guys decide to go, I'm excited just to sit back and watch it happen, man.
Me too.
Excited. Definitely excited.
I'm more than excited. So to me, we had a chance to talk to all sorts of athletes, football, basketball, especially boxing, but especially the guys who get recruited. And I tell kids all the time, don't tell me where you want to go. I have an idea where you want to go. I may have an idea. Don't tell me where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy the process. Take all your official visits.
Right.
Enjoy yourself, because it's only
Right.
So my mom told me once, when I was in high school, she was like, college is going to be the greatest 4, 5, maybe 6, 7 years of your life. Enjoy it. And at the time, I didn't understand.
Right.
I didn't understand until I graduated college, got my first job, got my second job, and started looking back at my college years and was like, okay, she was right. Those were the greatest 5 years of my life.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not for you. But for me, they were. You went to Western, so.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, like I said, you went to Western UK. So UK doesn't count as graduate school. Graduate school is different than undergrad.
They don't count for me, period.
Oh, but don't get him started on that.
We can't talk about it.
Wait. They're not on your list, are they? Like I said. Boo.
He's a card carrying UK hater, if anybody was wondering.
It only happens once.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. Enjoy it.
Just gotta embrace it, man. Embrace it. Have fun with it.
Especially your free trips. I was going to do school. I had to pay for everything.
Hey, absolutely. Hey, so I know I'm gonna get you guys out of here. I appreciate you being so gracious with your time this evening. But I do want to know NBA Finals. All right. Golden State Warriors found some kind of way to win last night. I don't know how they won. Klay Thompson got hurt. KD ain't playing. Iguodala's got one leg. But some kind of way they beat the Raptors. The Raptors gave up home court. Who y'all got in the finals, man?
Warriors. Of course, Warriors.
What you think, Jay? Is it over with for Toronto?
He's gonna vote against me.
No. I can't. No, I can't say it's over with for the Raptors. But I can't in good faith go against Golden State, man. They're the champions, man. And I think Steph Curry just is just a testament to how good he is, man.
He's an alien, man.
He finds the ways just to make things happen, man. He's just he makes other things happen too. Sometimes he gets kind of slippery. He gets there. He just does the little things to kind of make it happen. So.
You draw a big foul. It's obvious. You took back. Oh boy.
Yeah.
They call it foul.
A testament to a great player is when Steph Curry is so good that makes Quinn Cook a better shooter. Like, he's like, I watch Steph do it all the time. Let me splash these 2 threes in clutch, down the stretch. So, you know what? Golden State, I know I was trying to doubt you all, but, man, y'all are trying to make me rethink my position because that was mad impressive last night. Let's see what happens. But
before you guys have a question, if somebody out there watching, listening right now, wanted to get some Speak Live shirts, like, where can we get them?
Good question.
What we do is we're in production. We have a lot of new stuff coming out. But I tell you what, if you guys want to just reach out to me, just hit me up on Facebook. Jason Scrubb. Yeah, a lot of people know me already.
Hey,
Scrubb.
Just ignore all the sexy selfies that he's got in the gym, okay? Because he's got all in the gym. Just flip through all those and then get to the T-shirts.
Let me tell you something. Me and this guy go back so far. Jay used to crawl around my crib. We were roommates back in the day. So he got a lot of history. So I
got to give him a hard time, man. I got to give him a hard time.
And so
Do you have shirts for fat guys like me?
Yes, absolutely.
All sizes, all sizes.
Absolutely.
All sizes.
Nick, right. So,
Fat guys like me. Did he say absolutely? Yeah,
if you place your order, just give us about a week to kind of turn around with just getting off the ground. Like the concept just recently started because things have started picking up. So I mean, just so quick.
Yeah.
Speak Life has been like my hashtag for like years. Like you go on my Facebook page and we started making it real when we go out to these schools and because there's a lot of kids like I see that came up like Jay and they I could never let a kid his freshman year. Costing him millions of dollars right now. You know.
Oh yeah, that's real talk.
And so a lot of we want to save some kids from going through those things. So
absolutely. Hey, all I'm gonna say is, I Speak Life. Just please don't be like the Big Baller brand. You got people still order. Still got
$3,000. And they dry fit. We're not doing that.
I just don't want to get the email out there. It's like Speak Life. You'll get your T-shirt in 6 to 8 months. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be coming back to you next day.
That's what's up.
We outside, man. So like we can't have people running up
right.
At a school event. That's my shirt.
Right. I don't want people coming in on the Main Event Sports Show talking about, man, your boy.
It's just a movement. So we're trying to make movement, man. We want to. We
absolutely.
We can't.
It's all about inspiring somebody, man. We just want to inspire people.
That's it. And then cover the cost of production. That's it.
That is.
Man, like we're not making no money, so yeah, man. So.
That's the businessman over there.
Right.
But you guys are shaking the cut. That's different. It's gonna make you feel.
It's gonna make you look good, man.
It's gonna hug your shoulders and everything.
Hey, fellas, I appreciate you guys for coming out, man. But of course, you are always welcome here on the Main Event Sports Show anytime. Give us updates on what's going on. Best of luck with Team USA tryouts. I'm speaking it in there right now. We're going to hear Jay's name called as one of the final 12. And just the best of luck with your college decisions and everything else. I appreciate you guys coming out.
Appreciate you having me, man. For sure.
There we go. Hey, Main Event Sports. We like to end every show.
Any struggle, there's no progress.
Peace.